Hello everybody, today I'm here with the Disney Heroes Battle Mode November Sign-In Hero and Shop Refresh, but mostly we're looking at Philoctetes, or better known as Phil, from Disney's Hercules, so let's take a closer look at him. So when we got Zeus just this previous month, it seemed pretty obvious that we would be getting probably at least one more Hercules character. It seems like they like to get at least 5 characters in a team when they come back to it later on, and that was kind of exactly what was happening here. And who knows, we could still get someone like, I don't know, Pegasus for sure would be my next choice, and then I would also really love to see Pain and Panic, and I know other people would as well. And then some other characters like, Hermes, which Disney Sources Arena added and stuff like that. So there are a lot of different characters they could still add, but I'm just not sure how many they would be willing to do. I could definitely see them doing it like one more still, and I think maybe the more interesting choice would be Pain and Panic, but maybe the more simple choice would be Pegasus, but I don't really know. Let me know what you think about that, and who knows, we could get either of them at any point, I think, coming up here. But Phil looks pretty great. I feel like if I did a character concept for this, for Phil here, it would look pretty similar to this. He looks straight out of the movie, I feel like, and they captured his likeness pretty well, I would say. I really don't have anything else to say about him. I'm very curious to see what his animations are going to be like, as per usual, but still, I really like Phil, and he's Danny DeVito, so how can you not? So Phil is going to be a support hero, and he is the November Sign-In Hero, as this whole video has mentioned. So let's start going through his skills. They're also huge. They each are going to be on their own like picture, so there's a lot of text for each of them. First up, Hero Trainer. And the passive version, at the start of battle, the player chooses an ally for Phil to train, linking to them for the rest of the battle. While the battle is on auto, Phil chooses the frontmost ally at the time of link activation. So it reminds me a lot of what they did with Meg, which is interesting that they're doing so much of this with the Hercules characters. And when I eventually do the Hercules team, it'd be great to put them each off of auto so I can select them both. It'll be very interesting to see how I can do everything. But basically, when it's active, Phil encourages his linked ally to get in the fight by cleansing them, resetting their green and blue skill cooldowns, and making them invincible. If Phil doesn't have a linked ally when he uses a skill, the player chooses a new ally for Phil to train. If the battle is on auto, Phil chooses to train the frontmost ally. Phil then encourages the newly linked ally, applying all the effects of the skill to them. So I wonder if you chose Meg and then she becomes invincible. She's also attacking more, it says, I think. To get in the fight. Well, I don't know if that actually makes them actually start fighting or if that's just how they wanted to word it. But it is interesting. I wonder if you did that, because the whole thing about Meg is that the person she links to, that person cannot be killed. So if you made her invincible, therefore both of them would be invincible. That's an interesting concept. I don't know how well it would work. And like, you need it to be an active and everything, so I don't know. We'll see. The target dummy. Phil plants a target dummy in the middle of the enemy team, distracting them. When the target dummy leaves combat, enemies receive stacks of fatigue and have their movement and attack speed reduced. Fatigue blocks one buff from being applied and then is removed. I wonder if it has like a health bar maybe, or if it's just there for a certain amount of time. Because it says when the target dummy leaves, it's not saying like it's destroyed or anything, so I don't know. But that is interesting. I like the idea of that move. I don't think I would have came up with that myself. The Seething Satyr. I forget how that word is called. It's either satyr, I forget. When an enemy drops Phil's linked ally below a % of their max HP, he charges at the enemy to deliver a massive punch. I am tripping over my words here. The enemy takes fantastic damage, is stunned, and has all of their buffs removed. Phil can only use this skill once per wave per linked ally. If Phil links to an ally that is already below the HP threshold, he will charge at the next enemy that damages the linked ally. Phil is immune to disables while charging. Like I said, I can't wait to see some of these animations, and this one for sure. will be interesting to see. Next up is Well Taught. Phil's linked ally has their green and blue skill levels increased. Phil also heals them for a percent of their max HP every certain amount of time for the rest of the wave. If Phil is not linked to an ally, his basic attacks grant him bonus energy. Interesting. So yeah, what I've heard is that Phil is going to be a really good support character. He has attacking moves, and he does a lot for the character that he links to, so it'll be very interesting to see just how good he ends up being. I kind of wish he was the prize wall character, so I could have really leveled him up and see what he's all about, because as the silent hero, I'm just not going to be able to level him up very well. Finally, going the distance. When Phil's linked ally uses their white skill, he gets cleansed, heals, and gains attack speed. Phil now has different chances to throw each of his 4 items with his basic attacks, and each item has unique effects associated with them. So the base has a certain amount of chance to be thrown and knocks back enemies hit. The column has a Y% chance to be thrown and sends enemies hit. His helmet has a different % chance to be thrown and steals energy from the enemy, granting it to Phil and his linked ally. And finally, the trophy has a certain amount of chance to be thrown, which deals bonus damage, bonus normal damage, and applies all 3 special effects from the other teams. That is a lot of different stuff that he can do. I'm surprised just how much they put into Phil. He feels like he really got the treatment, where some characters don't have that many like references to the original character, but like Phil has like everything he did in the movie, which is pretty cool. I'm very interested in seeing Phil. I don't know why they gave him so much love, but it really feels like they did. His friendships are going to be with Honey Lemon and Mike Wazowski. Honey Lemon is a very interesting one. I don't even know what they're going to talk about. Mike and him, I mean, even in terms of like voice actors, I feel like the personalities are going to be very similar. That one actually makes a lot of sense to me. I'm very glad that he doesn't just have a friendship with like Hercules or something, because then we get to see 2 very unique friendships that we've never seen before. And the Honey, I don't understand what that even is, but I can't wait to see what they're going to talk about. So finally, the shop refreshes. Again, Phil's a November sign-in hero. I can't stress that enough. Gadget is going to be an exclusive hero featured in contest rewards. Fozzie is going to the Coliseum token crate. That's interesting. The Helga Sinclair is going to the Guild crate. Barley is going to the City Watch. Fred is going to the Creep Surge. Slinky is going to the Arena. Fairy Godmother in the Coliseum. Shigo in the Heist, and Dr. Facilier, or I guess Dr. Facilier in the Guild War shop. Some very interesting ones with Gadget and Fozzie. I guess Gadget is replacing Fozzie in that kind of exclusive hero thing. Well, I guess Fozzie was in contest. I'm not sure, but yeah, some good ways to get some characters that we haven't had ways to get yet. And Fozzie I have like all leveled up, so I'm ready to start getting someone else in the guild crate. Luckily Helga is moving to it. So my final thoughts on this, it was great to finally be able to do the Hercules team. I think it's well deserved for Hercules to have 5 characters, and I always enjoy getting 5 characters in a series, so it'll be very exciting to finally do that team. And I will be unlocking him on the 7th, of course, as I always do. So stick around for then. Thank you for watching. I'll see you then. A bird just hit my window. Goodbye.